Those mushrooms kicking in for you yet?
Yeah. That's what it sounded like in the last movie idea.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's so good for the brain.
It's so good.
It is. What are we doing? We should just write stories.
Yeah. We are writing stories.
We're writing short stories.
Yeah.
That's going to be the new podcast.
Yeah.
You know why? Because nobody cares. Like, what people want is to be entertained.
They want something totally different.
Totally different.
Yeah.
I think we've just figured out what Sages the Metaverse is going to do.
You have to get outrageous.
Oh, for sure. Which we're good at. So you're talking about gluten-free in Costco?
Yeah. You think they have gluten-free foods there?
I assume they do because it's Costco.
Okay.
And did you know that Costco is actually that their in-house brand is Kirkland? And ironically, Kirkland. Should I try this again?
No, I think you were good the first time.
I was good the first time?
Yes. One take guy.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. You know, I heard the song Somewhere Over the Rainbow?
I do.
Okay. So the guy had an idea. So he calls up a local recording studio and says, I need to come in now. I have an idea. Please. Oh, it's that night. He's going to record a song.
Yeah.
One take. Change the world.
Damn, son.
Cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
So my question for you is, how do we do that?
I heard that on TikTok, so that's real.
Oh, yeah. I did actually. This is great. My nephew, when I saw him over Christmas, I can't remember what we were talking about, some global event that was going on. And he was saying something. I was like, oh, yeah. I said, well, actually, here's the thing, something I knew a little bit about. I wasn't arrogant about it like Neil deGrasse Tyson would have been, which would have been, shut up, kid.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go hard at Neil every time I can.
Yeah.
Not Neil the human, but Neil the character.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
The NPC. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, he's like a third level boss, that you got to defeat. That's what I'd say.
Okay.
I think we should create a video game about this.
Yeah.
We'll do that in another episode.
Yeah.
But my nephew, this is great. He's in 8th grade. I was asking him where he got some of his information. So I was like, yeah, that sounds about right. I said, but did you also know this, and this? And he goes, yeah, well, it's like, I saw those things. And he said, but this is what's actually happening. He goes, I know that's true because I saw it on TikTok. He literally said that.
Yeah,
and he didn't say it sarcastically. He's a funny kid.
Yeah, that's good.
And I thought that's really interesting because you hear pundits and people, old farts like us, mostly like you. Not like me. I'm not that old.
Okay.
I'm only like 2 years younger than you.
Yeah.
You look like you're 5 years younger than me, though.
There you go.
There you go.
I like
That's
that.
even
Biological age.
Yeah, for sure. Let's get that tested.
Real age. Yeah.
But you hear people talk about this all the time, like, hey, it must be true because I saw it on TikTok. And I was like, I've never heard anybody actually say that. Now I have.
Yeah.
It's an 8th grade boy. Happens to be my nephew.
I have a question.
Yeah, go for it.
So someone says, because I've heard that before too, right? Where you hear stuff, where would it be true?
It's a great point. I mean, you should question everything. I don't think you should be cynical and be like, it's all fake. It's
for
all
sure. Yeah, I agree with that.
Critical thinking, right?
Yeah.
Back to what we talked about in the last episode about storytelling. Be a good storyteller so that you can identify, when you are being told a story, which is 99% of the time, right? And everything.
Yeah.
And then you just are clear on, hey, there's the agenda here. This is the agenda there, which again is not a bad thing. Just know what the agendas are.
Yeah.
So that you're not being suckered into believing something that's not true.
Yeah, I agree. You don't want to be cynical on everything. I was thinking about this. Here's one thing I was thinking about. And it's different for this show because I think we have to do it. But have an opinion on everything. So you think about like minimalism.
Sure.
Minimalism with your clothes in your closet and your stuff in your car and your desk and whatever, all your items that you have. It could also be your files in the cloud, right?
Correct.
It could also be just like all the thoughts that you have, all the opinions, like this microphone sucks, bro. And like you have to have an opinion on the microphone, or you have to have an opinion on the room, or you have to have an opinion about the sports team or about Kirkland's, or like they don't have gluten-free food. Like, and it could be basic stuff too, right? It could be things that you're actually interested in. Now, for our show, I think we're going down a list of topics and we're sharing, I'm not saying opinions, but thoughts.
Yeah, thoughts.
So it's more in a fun exercise that if it's done in the right way, I think that makes a lot of sense. But I think it could be exhausting to say, maybe I want to have less opinions about things. And I think that would free up some space. Yeah,
I think that starts by first recognizing you don't know everything you think you know.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's, like I said a million times, for me personally, when I realized how much I didn't know, never would know, and what a massive advantage that is. That was a real...
That's your promo.
It's my promo.
Right, yeah.
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 So if Kirkland's wants to sponsor my...
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the way I look at it, man, is just realizing, it's the idea of staying curious about everything.
Yeah.
Realizing, things that were so matter of fact on. People were being killed. Oh, I'm going to fuck this up, I'm sure, historically. But back when the idea that the Earth was the center of the universe, people were being killed for speaking out against that. Scientists, people, astronomers were saying, actually, that's not true. It's like, oh, actually, we're going to burn you at the stake.
Yeah, jeez.
You go against the dominant narrative or ideology, the dominant story, that could have serious consequences.
Yeah. God, that's terrible. Like, think about the lineage that was destroyed because that fucking poor guy got hung.
Yeah.
That sucks.
They were trying to do that to, who was it? It wasn't Galileo, was it?
Well, even like Socrates was murdered.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They just said, no, dude, you're too outrageous for us.
Is that how it happened?
I don't know.
I don't know about the life and death of Socrates. I know he was a great philosopher.
Yeah. We didn't know his stuff because he didn't write it down. He was just speaking. So it was his boys.
Oral tradition, man.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. A lot of people like to knock that.
Yeah.
But it actually has a lot of weight.
It became the student. What are they called? The person that becomes.
What is going on? What? The student?
Spirit fingers.
What are you talking about? The student.
Spirit fingers. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Jazz hands.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I don't know. It becomes like the teacher.
Oh, yeah.
And the student becomes the one. Aristotle.
Kung Fu.
Plato.
That's Kung Fu.
Great names. I don't know.
Yeah.
Nikki Haley. She's on my mind. Do you know why?
She's running for something.
She's running for something. Here's a message to Nikki. Wherever Nikki is right now. She was in New Hampshire probably recently.
Do you want to go hard at her like I did at Neil deGrasse Tyson?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't. Because I don't care.
Yeah.
But I have a message. But where is she going to be next? What's in Michigan?
South Carolina, I think.
Really?
Isn't it?
Oh,
I don't know.
Could be. She should win that one. She loses that one. You need to stop. You need to opt out.
Lose that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She lives in Key Island. You know that? She has a house there. Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
So here's the deal. She's got to stop fucking texting me.
Is she texting you?
She texted me like a lot to a point where, when you watch television and let's say Samsung, and then you go on social media, Samsung's gone wherever you go. You're like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not buying Samsung ever again because these fuckers won't stay out of my feed. And they're just sending, and I didn't ask for this.
Right.
Very interruption marketing. Now, if you start texting me though, and I didn't ask for a text,
boom.
And it's not a friend or it's not someone that would, oh man, Jared's texting me. Yeah. That's a friend.
I know.
I like that.
Right.
Nikki, every day with links and this, and you got to do this and you got to do that. I'm like, how did you get my number? I know they just run lists or whatever.
Yeah.
Then you spam it.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't stop them.
No,
they come in from another angle.
Yep.
New number, new this, new that. And they think that's going to work. And it actually has a negative effect.
Oh, of course it does.
It's really annoying.
It's like the emails I get. And I probably have one sitting in my inbox right now. Let's talk about this.
But email is annoying.
Yes.
Text is very personal.
It is. Because I would get those from Joe Biden.
Oh, how did he get your?
I don't know. Right? Like
how did he get
they buy. Oh, how did he get my number?
You're a registered Democrat?
I know, man. I'm a registered independent.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to register for that. Or you do have to register, I guess.
Yeah. You got to claim.
But don't you want to? Okay. Don't you think it would be good? And I'm not saying go vote or like,
yeah, you should vote.
You should vote. Whatever. Mm-hmm. You can't vote in the primary though.
Yes, you can.
How?
North Carolina, you can.
How? You can pick a side?
Yeah, you can vote. So some states you have to register as that party to vote in the primary. But in others, I don't believe North Carolina is.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Let's see here. Can I vote?
Yeah.
In the
you can write in the founder of
like punch holes.
Yeah.
Can I vote in the Republican primary?
Play some music while he's doing this. Like some
not Republican.
Jeopardy song, Julian. Hit it.
Okay, so here's Orange County, North Carolina.
Where's that?
That's Chapel Hill, I believe.
They call it Orange County?
Orange County, yeah.
It's kind of like California. It's like...
So, I am registered unaffiliated. May I vote in a primary election? You may register with any political party recognized in the state of North Carolina. Party affiliation determines a primary in which a voter is eligible. You must register as unaffiliated. Now, if you do not declare a party on your registration application, you will be registered as unaffiliated. During a partisan primary election, an unaffiliated voter may vote a party ballot only if the party authorizes unaffiliated voters to vote in their primary. Unaffiliated voters may choose to participate in one party's primary, Democratic, Libertarian, Republican. Unaffiliated voters aged 18 plus within the Orange County School District may choose to vote the nonpartisan ballot. Yeah, so that's just that's just Orange County, but I mean, that's all across the state, I'm sure.
So what does that even mean?
That means that you and I can both go vote in the Republican and Democratic primaries. And we don't have to be registered either.
I mean, whatever you just said made no sense.
Whatever I just read.
I just read ChatGPT. I'm going to summarize this.
Oh, yeah, what ChatGPT say? Because that's accurate all the time.
Open primary. Yeah, exactly. Open primaries.
That's what's called.
Alabama, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Texas, Vermont, Virginia. Semi-open primaries. These states allow unaffiliated voters to participate, but if you're registered with a party, you may only vote in that party's primary.
Correct.
Arkansas, Georgia, Michigan. This is states like Arkansas, Georgia, Michigan, New Hampshire, North Carolina, South Carolina, Wisconsin.
Yep.
Mixed. States like Ohio have a mixed system where the process can vary depending on the level of the election, state, local, federal, and all this kind of shit. So
yeah, unaffiliated is considered being registered.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, in North Carolina.
So I'm wrong. So look at that.
Look at that, man. And
I'm okay with that.
You should be.
I'm fine with it.
Because you're a curious guy.
Thank you.
You realize how much you don't know, how much you never will know.
Yeah.
And what a massive advantage that is to you. Oof. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm a part of the
team. You're crushing
team.
it today.
Yeah.
You're crushing it in 2024.
I think that should be a t-shirt. The statements on the front and then all those words that you just said that go on the back.
Yeah.
Someone's like, wait, turn around. I want to read that.
Just make it like a word cloud.
Yeah.
It's just like, doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
And it's just like those things are high.
You could walk around with the word cloud over your head.
Ooh.
We said that's a metaverse shit.
That's some augmented reality.
There we go.
That's some Mark Zuckerberg metaverse next level. Here's how it integrates.
Well, it's kind of like the original Facebook where like, what was the question it always asked? I am. And then it would just like, you would have a statement about like, I am doing a podcast with Jared right now.
Oh,
remember that?
Yeah, I kind of do remember that. From way
gave you a prompt.
Back, way back. Yeah.
2007 or some shit. What was that original question that they said?
I don't remember. But you know what? This is great. You got an iPad.
Yeah.
I got an iPad.
We can iPad together.
Research. We can fact check ourselves right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the original Facebook question prompt? That would be? I don't know if that's what's on your mind? Yeah, your status. Facebook prompts. It's like this podcast just turns into us typing. So people feel like
that should be the intro.
They have those on YouTube though. You know, if you want a study partner, so you can pull up YouTube and you get a study partner, and it could be cartoonish. What's that thing? Anime style. It could be a real person. So it'd be someone at a desk, working. Rain, window, cup of coffee. They take breaks. They do work. Like seriously, and you can put it on for like hours. And it's like you feel like you're studying with somebody.
Man, that's like sad and awesome all at the same time.
Yeah. And what's on your mind? That was the original one. So anyway, yeah, that's cool. So Nikki Haley.
Yes.
Because they're running ads on social media. Probably works though, because if we're talking about NPCs, and if you're like a Nikki Haley supporter, I suppose.
Yeah, well, you get these things like, hey, sign this petition. Joe Biden needs you. You know, I'm like, Joe Biden doesn't need me. I don't need him.
I don't want to go too far down this path, but we do realize, the American public realizes, unless something drastic happens, it's going to be the same two guys running again.
A depressing thought.
Right?
Seriously.
Am I right?
You're right, yeah.
Or does Nikki have a chance? Do you think she's got an outside chance?
No, not even
No
close.
one else does.
No.
She's like hanging in. She's the only one.
Well, she's got a lot of financial support of the never-Trumpers, you know.
Yeah.
What a mess, man. I mean.
And the Dems don't want to change anything. So because Biden's the only one that could probably beat Trump right now. They don't have anyone else who's elevated themselves.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Who?
Gavin Newsom. 100%.
He's not running, though. Could he enter? Does he still have time?
Oh, yeah.
That would be crazy. California running this country? Wow.
Oh, yeah. No way. That's terrifying.
Geez.
He's a smart dude. I mean,
Trump would win. You think no?
No, I don't.
You think Gavin Newsom?
I don't know.
When's the latest someone would have to enter to really have a chance? Like, not that.
Let's look it up.
Yeah.
Let's look it up. This is great.
That is a good one.
You know, because I like to speculate just off the top.
Like, who's the latest to enter the race to still pull that shit off?
Okay. Yeah, why don't you ask ChatGPT?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
That's a better idea.
Geez. They're going to be like, you are asking all sorts of questions. No, actually, right online with politics. Who was the latest? They make no idea what I just said there.
Correct.
Oh, doing research with Bing.
Oh, Bing's got that built-in AI.
They all have
AI. They said
now.
It was their, then Bing was like, but my real name is this.
They couldn't figure it out.
The developers can't find out that I'm aware.
What month would it? It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. We've lost interest. So is the audience.
Grover Cleveland, though?
Groves.
I like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a great last name.
He was considered a pretty shitty president, right?
That could just be a story. What if he was amazing?
He could have been.
Right?
Someone liked him.
Yeah.
And they voted for him. But he was the only president to be in office, to be out of office, and to be back in office. Mm-hmm. A lot of people tried. They didn't win. So that would be a Trump guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Grover Cleveland Golf Course, Buffalo, New York.
Boom. Yeah, man, it's pretty sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So McKinley was assassinated in Buffalo.
In Buffalo?
Yeah. I think so.
I'm going to ask here. When was Grover Cleveland assassinated?
Yeah.
See, that's like a wild assumption, right? Like, when was...
No, he died in his home, I believe.
By assassination?
No. Who died by assassination? Yeah, I just told you, McKinley.
Let's see. Who killed Grover Cleveland? Who killed Grover? This is so good. And I'm going to use this example. When killed Grover Cleveland?
Yeah. I told you. September 6th, 1901.
Who's that? McKinley?
Yeah.
So Grover Cleveland died.
Not crazy.
He's dead?
He went gangrene.
We're alive, bro. Grover Cleveland did?
No, McKinley.
Oh.
After, because that was the Pan American Games.
Oh.
Buffalo was a big deal. This is like Buffalo Cleveland stuff right here. Like even when Buffalo gets something good, they get the Pan American Games. Like big deal. Kind of like the Olympics, but kind of not, didn't really work out.
Man.
And the president comes, it's like big to do. Let's go to Buffalo. Fucking someone shoots him.
It's fucked up.
Bad shit.
Let's see here.
Who do you think killed JFK?
I think it was suicide. I think JFK killed himself.
Okay, so I've heard a lot of stuff about him. Like he was in a ton of pain.
So
he
really?
has to be killed. Like the movie Fletch.
Ooh.
Remember that movie?
Man, yeah. That's going old school. I like that.
Yeah.
Wow. Sorry,
You're still searching.
I am still, like, where is this guy's death?
Whose?
Grover Cleveland.
He died in his home. I already told you.
By whose hand?
He had a heart attack in 1908.
Allegedly.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
You know what's crazy? McKinley dies in 1901.
Yep.
Cleveland dies in 1908. I don't know.
Why is that crazy?
I don't know.
7 years difference?
Just, yeah. It's a long time ago.
It's called life, bro.
Went gangrene. They couldn't keep the president alive.
Yeah. Things were rough back then. So anybody who wants the good old days needs to remember that.
1,000%.
Pre-antibiotics.
Fuck.
Sewage and sanitation.
Yeah. Who's it? Dave Chappelle has the whole thing. Like, once you get diarrhea at that age, you're a goner.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
There's nothing you can do.
Nothing.
Parasites fucking eat away. You're done.
Well, you die of dehydration.
Fuck. Just that simple. It used to be so much better. You know what's funny, too, is they talk about how Joe and Donald, they all argue with each other and yell, and Trump and then you read some of the old shit like Thomas Jefferson and the shit they used to say. Holy fuck, they were ruthless, too.
Big time.
Yeah. I guess it wasn't as amplified as it is today because the news took forever to reach fucking horse and buggy.
Filtered.
Fuck, you couldn't even to read at night. Like you'd have to have
lots of candles.
Lantern, candles. People say you couldn't leave to go outside for a walk because you would get fucking just handled by the thugs or whatever.
Yeah.
You'd have to go with somebody.
Yeah.
They would just fucking steal your shit, your robe.
Yep. Yeah.
Fuck, you get cut.
It's probably all the Irish.
I would not.
They were. No.
I would not. Oh, no.
All those Irish came over. They were just ruined.
We have it good. Yeah, we have it good.
I can say things like that now.
Yeah,
I've discovered I'm only 4% Irish, 49% Scottish. So I can get racist with it. It's against the Irish.
Yeah.
But to all of our Irish listeners, it's nothing personal. It's just my low self-esteem and need for identity.
Yeah.
So I try to put others down.
I get it.
That's how it works.
Yeah. It's all right. I feel you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Sorry to derail us there.
You're good.
We do have it good, though.
We do.
Yeah. You were saying, carry on.
No, I'm just like, when you have perspective, you think about World War II wasn't that long ago.
Nope.
It was a rough time. It was a very rough time. Early 1900s, rough time. You think back to the kings and the queens of the 17th.
World War I was, it gets glossed over a lot just in general memory because World War II had such significance.
15 years ago or some shit.
World War I was unbelievable, man. I mean, just the more people died. We can look this up. More people died of disease and infection. I believe.
I don't know if the iPad suits you during the show. Because I like when you like
when I just bullshit. When I just talk off the top of my head about things.
Yeah, you're trying to fact check yourself. Again, you're searching something up. It might not even be factual. I can create a website right now, rank it number 1 on Google, and give you all fake stats, and you would never know.
That's true. World War I claimed an estimated 16 million lives. The influenza epidemic that swept the world in 1918 killed an estimated 50 million people.
Was it the Spanish flu?
Yes. 1/5 of the world's population was attacked by this blah, blah, blah. That's about the influenza. They're just comparing that. How many people died from infection in World War I? It's good to know. And it's good for the audience to know, too. Well, I'm doing it for you.
Said it. Yeah.
It's not for me.
Yeah.
Because I know this answer. I just wanted to confirm.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Let's see here. I don't know. Anyway, look it up. Look it up, find out if I'm true or not. You're right. I don't know if this suits me. I think it's better to have the audience fact check me, create some controversy, a little bit of conflict in the comment section. And then eventually I go, you know what, you're right. Thank you for fact checking that. But we've already got all this engagement. Numbers go up. Sponsors come in. Kirkland doubles down.
Yeah, space-time continuum, and people don't agree with our thoughts on it because they have the facts on what the space-time, like anyone fucking actually knows.
Now, man, you just took it to a whole other level.
Right?
All these things. I like that.
Yeah. Like people could say something like, you said something about the vaccine, and someone would be like, no, this is how the vaccine works, and you don't know what you're talking about, and we get arguments, and
we let the audience argue.
They just
kind of poke and prod, like a couple of bots. Poking and prodding. Getting a fight started in the comment section for our engagement and for our sponsors to double down on their sponsorship.
See
that right
there? They
can
can go for it.
Yeah.
So we could have, who's at betterhealth.org? They had a whole scandal, but they were by far, I think it was 2021-ish, number one podcast sponsor by like...
Better Health or Better Help, the mental...
Is it Better Help? What I said, Better Help.
That's the counseling. Yeah.
Better Help. Yeah, they had big time scandals. I don't know. Look it up. That's the thing, though. You can look it up. Like, we can talk about it.
What kind of scandals?
I don't know.
Sex tapes?
What?
I'm just kidding.
No.
I just thought I'd throw that out because that's usually the scandals that happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So they had scandals. Anyway, they spent so much money on advertising.
They did.
So we've talked supplements in the last episode. AG1's like real quick.
Yep.
They sponsor it. Kirkland's or Costco.
Sponsors us.
Have your pick. I don't care. It doesn't matter. They sponsor it. And then would be a better help to fix all of the stress that we're causing people.
Right.
Yeah. Misuse of health information. That's a tough one. That's what
so
the FTC claimed that BetterHelp pushed consumers to hand over sensitive health information through an intake questionnaire, which they promised to keep private. However, BetterHelp allegedly shared this information with major advertising platforms include, oh my God, Facebook, Snapchat, Criteo, the fuck's that? Pinterest.
Oh my God.
Pinterest got in the game. They were the clean one. Disappointed.
I think we should be sponsored by Pinterest.
FT settlement, they paid $7.8 million. That's it. It's like, I mean, it's a lot of money, but
sure.
in
their world, probably not.
Jesus, Facebook's like, here you go. We'll fucking cover that shit.
It's like, that's Mark's dinner bill.
Class action lawsuits, public reaction, public concern, sensitive data involved. I mean, that's some real shit.
But do you see how this is this is a perfect example of a self-licking ice cream cone? Because now you've created all this trauma and upset. And they're like, hey, we're sorry, but we got a solution. This is our new company over here, evenbetterhelp.com, where you can talk to a certified professional about what's been going on. You can talk to them about us. We're not going to listen in. And then, of course, they listen in. That's the next scandal.
Yeah.
And then they start another company called besthelp.com. Do you see? It's like they just got to keep going saying, like, we're going to create trauma that you have to talk to a professional about.
Yeah.
And we got the solution for you. It's the company store, bro.
It reminds me of something about Mary.
Yeah.
And the guy's got the business idea. It's like the 8-minute abs. What was it originally? 8-minute abs, I think?
He was doing 7 minutes.
He's like, till someone comes out with 6-minute abs. He got so mad because he can't get a proper workout in 6 minutes. And he's holding a dead body. It's so ridiculous. It was good stuff. You remember the time? Remember actors? They couldn't, they didn't want to go in television if they were in movies because that was just like killing their career.
Right.
Now everyone's
stepped down.
Everyone's in, I don't know what you call it, television. They're in streaming. It's all different now.
Yeah. Let's talk about streaming.
George Clooney would never have gone into it. Well, he did because he went to ER.
He started in ER.
God, he did start in ER.
Yeah, dude.
Started in ER?
ER, I believe, was his... let's find out.
Yeah.
Let's find out.
You're like, oh, man.
Where did George Clooney get his...
No, he was in a movie, I'm sure.
Start. Let's see. Yep. Clooney started his career in television, gaining wide recognition in his role as Dr. Doug Ross in the NBC medical drama ER from 1994 to 1999. He was in his 40s, I believe, when he got started.
Look at that.
I'm just saying, there's still hope for us, bro.
God, you could be in a major show.
He is 62 years old and he's rocking it.
Yeah, he just had a kid. Had a kid. He just had a baby a couple years ago.
Good for him. We need more Clooneys in this world.
Yeah.
You know we don't need more of?
Yeah. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Oh, yeah. It was interesting hearing. I heard Clooney on Smartless, the podcast.
Yeah.
Great guy. Sounds good. Enjoy it. They hang out. Good looking dude. Definitely.
I mean, Clooney had the hair. He had a signature branded haircut.
Strong look, whatever it was. But he had broken English, talking, just fumbling over words. And you just think like, man, actors, can deliver a line, and then you hear someone just having a conversation. You're like, spit it out, George.
I mean,
so it just made me feel better to say, you just don't speak perfect, because you go watch a show or a movie. It's very rare that they write in the improper English. I like it when they actually include it and someone can act out what it would really feel like to talk like normal people talk in a show.
Well, what are you talking about?
I don't know.
Why does George
this doesn't work for you? This is my Clooney
job. Have such
this is
bad grammar.
This could go anywhere.
Oh, well, people ask. I gotta love the people ask. That's a good insight into what's going on in society. People ask, does George Clooney really have Bell's palsy? He had it as a teenager.
What is that? I mean, I've heard of
Bell's
it, but what is it? What does it give you?
It's a crass way of it, because I've had clients, it's like a sudden onset of like, usually the face, like half of it starts to droop.
Okay.
Kind of, comes out of nowhere. It's like, boop.
Yeah.
It's almost like I think it's been equated to like a small stroke that causes that problem.
Yeah.
I think it's fixable. Is Bell's palsy?
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah. Anyway,
It doesn't work for you.
What, research?
I don't know. You're writing some fiction.
I actually have been thinking about writing some fiction. Did I tell you about this?
You did.
I don't want to spoil it.
No, you don't have to. You like fiction, though. Do you read fiction?
I used to read fiction when I read.
The days I read.
I don't know. I'm super critical of science fiction.
Why? You want it to be make more sense?
I'm a futurist, right? So,
Fuck's that mean? It's just like that's your statement for everything.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I'm a futurist, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I get it.
Yeah. I'm a life insurance agent, dude. So.
I'm a life insurance agent, so you should definitely trust me when I give you sports statistics.
Yeah, I stayed at Holiday Inn last night, kind of shit. Right?
Yeah, good marketing. Look at that. You're definitely an NPC.
We can get Holiday Inn to sponsor us.
I doubt it.
We can record all our episodes in a Holiday Inn. That'd be weird while they're eating breakfast downstairs, the free, and kids crying in the background.
I would love it.
Yeah, regular Joe's. Why just regular Joe stay there?
I mean, I'm just
saying. Where does Zuck stay when he hits the road? Airbnb.
Zuck brings a pop-up hotel.
He probably stays in the Metaverse.
Yeah, probably. He doesn't travel. He doesn't leave home.
He doesn't?
He just throws on the goggles and he's there.
Yeah.
Which I really appreciate about him.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he's socially awkward.
I mean, obviously, he's out there talking to people.
No, I think he's good. Yeah.
So I just convinced you with that one thing.
No, he's good. Zucks is fine.
Flying his own plane, obviously. He's not flying, but he's on his plane.
Although, let's find out. Does Zucks have a pilot's license?
Yeah, he probably does. Yeah.
So, does Mark Zuckerberg?
Yeah.
Now we're going to find out, right?
Yeah.
The ranks of aspiring aviators now include Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg, whose interests have lately expanded from cage fighting to flying. My man, look at that.
God.
I think we are living in a simulation.
So fucking bored.
Yeah.
He can't just sit around and do nothing, can he?
Look at this. It says the father of three obtained a student pilot certificate earlier this year, according to Federal Aviation Administration records. Good for him. Good for you, Mark, because I know you're listening.
So he flies.
Yes.
He lands.
Or he's aspiring.
Yeah. He lands at his airport choice. Goes wherever the fuck he wants. Where does he stay? Do they rent out the top floor of the Four Seasons or some shit?
I don't know, man. Zucks doesn't strike me as a real flashy dude. He still rocks a t-shirt, which I appreciate.
But I don't think he just walks down the street. Have you seen the video of Bill Gates back in the day when he's walking, he's in front of maybe a courthouse, it looks like, and someone throws a pie in his face?
Wow.
You haven't seen that video?
No. Wow, man.
It's not good because it's so stupid. Why would someone do that? He was terrified.
You got to give some props to pie in the face.
Yeah.
That's an old school move.
That would be scary as shit, though, if you don't know what's coming and someone just fucking hits you with a pie.
Can you imagine today?
It's not
somebody hits you with a pie, oh my God.
Oh, God.
The way everybody's...
Yeah.
It's you didn't get shot. You got hit with a pie.
Yeah. People are acting out. This is good because the colleges, Yale, Princeton, Harvard, all these places, they're I'm surprised that people are surprised that all that shit went down. This has been happening. So there's read an article. Go back to the Colony of the American Mind. They reference an article from 2017.
Yeah.
There's a child psychologist wrote an article about what's proper to wear. What type of statement are you trying to make on Halloween?
Oh, the Halloween controversy.
Yeah. And everyone freaked the fuck out. They had huge protests at Yale. They basically, she's I'm fucking out. This is so fucking, and then she wrote an op-ed article in the Washington Post, and that, it was nuts. And her whole point was, we can't even have a conversation.
Yeah.
So you want to talk, you don't want to listen.
Right.
And she even said, I'm wrong in some of my assumptions of what I said.
Well, sure.
But I'm willing to have a conversation and listening to what your thoughts are on it.
There was a video of that student who's just screaming at her, like just yelling, yelling about a safe space, and this is supposed to be this. Jeez. I don't want to hear what you have to say, and just temper tantrum.
That's where we are.
Temper tantrum.
She needed a pie in the face.
Yes.
I wonder where she is now. Remember the VH1? Where are they now? They should do a VH1 on all the people who lost their shit.
Wow.
On elite college campuses back in the 17s.
You went viral 10 years ago.
So now today, Harvard, Yale, whatever, does all the shit that they're doing. And everyone's like, I can't believe these universities. No. This has been going on. This isn't new. Now, it hit another level because they're in Capitol Hill saying all the shit that they're saying.
Sure.
But fuck, these elitist universities, they're getting hammered. They're losing all their money. But it's just been going on. What did they expect to happen?
And it takes on different forms and different topics depending on what the,
Yeah. So everyone's affected by it.
And I'm not saying people shouldn't have the right to say what they want to say.
For sure.
It's just look, but have discourse, They
don't want that.
Don't be like, we're going to scream what we want to scream, but if anybody disagrees with us, then that's violence.
Yeah.
That doesn't work.
And then, so a speaker, let's say a right-wing speaker is coming onto your college campus. They have people that are stopping them physically from going to see that person.
Yeah.
Talk about hypocrite.
Which is weird because I would be like, man, especially if you're a right-wing speaker, you'd think they'd bring an entourage because they talk so much shit. Yeah, man.
They had to go hide out, some of these speakers.
Oh, no. I'm just kidding about the whole entourage thing.
Yeah. Someone's taking some shit. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I tell you what, as much as I dislike the policies and track record and just kind of the zone of Gavin Newsom, I do think he'd throw down. Yeah. I think he would physically, like if somebody tried to get up on his shit, he'd knock him out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't vote for him.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to lift him up, but he kind of strikes me as a guy who's like, I don't care. I'll fight you. I will, even if I lose.
Okay.
He's not afraid to get his pretty face damaged.
Interesting.
And I got to respect that, even though I don't like him.
Okay.
Again, I don't like the character, Gavin Newsom. I don't know him as a person.
It's old school though, if that's what he's doing.
He kind of gives me that vibe. Like, hey man, you want to fight? I'll fight.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just get that vibe.
Yeah.
I could see him and Donald Trump. Donald would be like, bro, you just punched me in the face. You just took this to a whole nother level. And I don't think Donald Trump would swing back because I think at Donald Trump's heart, in his heart, he is a peacemaker. He just loves.
Yeah.
He loves everybody.
Yeah. I was looking at the dignity. That's what it is.
Dignity. I like that.
But victimhood culture.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Back in the day. So we're talking about old times. I think that was on this episode. That was just a little while ago. Back in the day, how tough it was, how rough they had it. So if I insulted you, we're going to have a duel. So not only are we going to we can't take it. We're going to physically or
shoot at each other.
Kill each other. Then there was you talk about this a lot, feelings, you take them on and nothing could fucking shake you. You would just tuck it way down deep, but you'd figure it out. You're just callous to mind, just real tough shit. Nowadays, it's the victimhood culture.
Right.
So if someone insults you, you immediately feel pain. I never punched you.
Right.
Never did anything. I didn't hurt you. I didn't hurt your family. I just said something about you. And somehow you took that as violence.
Right.
It's fucking very different than getting punched in the face.
For sure.
But that changed. So at one point they're killing each other. That's probably not the answer. Then they were like, no, yeah, because mental health is a big deal and you want to work on your feelings. But how far do you take it to the point where everything's an insult? Because if you turn on the TV, if you listen to our podcast, I'm sure people are insulted by some of the shit that you say. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
Definitely.
I mean, but what are you going to do? Are you really going to shut it down for the day and be like, fuck, everyone's after me? What a waste of time.
Yeah.
So that's the victimhood culture that we're in
get
right
comments and we're always thankful for them that are obnoxious and, various
platforms. What's so funny is they insult us back by doing it, which is great. Which means they're listening.
I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, you can
so good.
Call us morons, whatever you want. It's there's nothing you can say that we haven't said about ourselves, guy.
Yeah.
That's
it.
We have low self-esteem. We tear ourselves down.
Yeah.
And you should see how we talk about ourselves when the mics aren't on because it's bad.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
When I'm by myself in my office, I just say things out loud sometimes, Eric, that are just awful to myself.
Fragile.
Well, no, I kind of look at that as a way of building up resilience.
Okay.
Because there's nothing anybody can say to me that I have not already said to myself.
I like that.
Even if I have, good self-esteem.
That's like Eminem style.
It's a great
8
question.
Mile.
Don't know. Maybe. Which my kids are, they're really idolizing Eminem. I'm like, check it out. He's not for kids.
Yeah. He's gotten super political too now. So that's fun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, man, I'll tell you what. Look, that's a great, talk about perception management, right? When, and you can actually go back and find a date on this, but just the idea that politics and politicians are celebrities is so fucked up. Like, these are the worst celebrities in the world.
Yeah.
They just are. Everybody wants 15 minutes, get on the mic, do something crazy. We're obsessed with, it's just sad.
Yeah.
And I know we've talked about this here, but at the end of the day, the presidential election does not matter. It does very little to actually change your day-to-day reality. But that's the one that everybody votes in.
Yeah, that's the big one. It affects mindset, though.
Right. But that's part of the story. Like, you've just been suckered into believing that this is more important than it is.
Let's make, every episode we do.
Yeah.
Let's take a temperature. Who's going to win the election? 2020, what is it, 2024?
I still don't know who the contenders are. Trump is almost certainly.
No, you can change it. No, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Who's going to win? Like, it could be DeSantis comes out of nowhere.
No,
he jumped out.
Yeah.
Gavin Newsom could be your winner. But you can change it. So this answer, who's going to win the election in 2024? And we give an answer, and then...
Man, if it's Trump and Biden, my gut tells me it's going to be Trump.
I think so, too.
I don't even think Biden would have beat Trump had it not been for COVID. I really don't. Like, if he had to get up there and debate, just because imagine there are going to be presidential debates.
Yeah.
Biden can barely get a sentence out. I sent you that really sad, that promo of fundraiser of Obama and Biden, and Obama's doing most of the talking.
Real.
That's a real thing.
Like, they put that out there. It wasn't like an SNL skit.
No. And all you can think is, like, Obama's sitting there going, I should have never forced this guy to the front of the ticket. That's...
Yeah.
But he made his bed.
I think so, too. So what happens in that scenario to our country? Because to your point, maybe it doesn't affect your day-to-day. Like, you're sitting here, it's not like, what does it do? Like, I don't think people are going to be happy.
No, and again, but this is also part of the machine, right? Is that we're sitting here talking about this because pundits are out there and they're telling us they've done these polls and these surveys and both sides, and they're like, neither will accept, this percentage won't accept the outcome of the election. So what they're doing is they're building up this tension, this drama. What's going to happen next? It's the same format as putting together a TV series. You build and build and build, create intrigue, create mystery, create anxiety, and then, we get a little bit of resolve, but not 100% resolve, because we got to know what's going to happen in season 2. We got to get excited about season 2 so you buy in. So that you're anxiously awaiting for the next year when that new season comes out. Because holy shit, there's so many unresolved issues.
That's good.
That's what it is. That's what politics is. So don't be a sucker. Like, understand, if you're going to follow it, just go, the world is burning. The world is burning. And then, the day after the elections, and the winner is called, it's like, okay, here we go. I guess we're,
But chances are we fight it for 6 months afterwards, or probably they're still debating who won the last election. That's still going on.
Who's debating that?
No, it's media. There's always conversations. It's still, no, I get it. Trump's calling shit out. It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
I would say the expectations that people should have should be pretty much zero or little, or the opposite of what they want to happen. Like, expect, if you want Trump to win, you should probably think Biden's going to win and get ready for that shit, and vice versa. Because
maybe.
Like, if you're a Browns fan, you just fucking expect the other team's going to beat you. Like, when I went to the Bills game, lose to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
In my mind.
Wait, you went to that game?
No.
Oh, okay.
The Bills went into the game. I was here.
Gotcha.
My girls. Yeah. We were watching Ted Lasso during it. It's good. And the Bill, I love that show.
We should talk about that too.
Yeah, we should. That's another episode maybe.
So
but anyway, like, my expectations were, I thought they were going to lose.
Right.
I wasn't upset about it. I don't trust the coach. I think he's never proven. Why should I believe otherwise that he's going to now somehow come through and beat the Chiefs or win a playoff game, which he hasn't done. He's never beaten the Chiefs in the playoffs with Patrick Mahomes as quarterback. And it's like, they're in Buffalo this time. I get it. They have a lot of injuries, whatever. I just didn't think they were going to win. My expectations were pretty low, or none, or actually the opposite. And so when they lose, you're not the guy that's yelling at the wide receiver for the Bills who's injured, who's not playing, say, you fucking suck, you can't run a route. You're like watching these people, you're like, man, that guy had high expectations. And then he started taking it out on NFL players. And I guarantee if you saw that fucking guy in the street, he would never say that shit to him in his face. But it's like, that's the world we live in, where like, you feel like you can yell from Twitter, or if you're in a crowd and there's hundreds of people between you and him, there's nothing that's going to happen.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, expectations are so high that it's going to be this guy, my candidate's going to be the winner. And it's like, man, that's tough to have.
Well, I think it's a combination of expectations being too high, and then also a deep lack of personal and, collective meaning and purpose.
Yeah.
We're trying to put those things into other stuff, because as much good as, technology has helped to create, it's created just as much turmoil, if not more. because, it's like the Wild West. There's no real, like, these are the bounds. This is what this is used for, And again, like, this is always tricky for me because I'm not a fan of, more regulations, more regulatory power of the government. And that's not, I'm not a Republican. I spent plenty of time in Washington lobbying on behalf of small, medium-sized companies. And you learn real fast. It doesn't take but a few times doing it where you go, oh, okay. So now I have a better understanding of what the regulatory system is. And for anybody that doesn't actually know, because the narrative, again, stories, is always, well, if you're against regulation, you must be a Republican. And you hate the environment and you don't believe in safety and unmitigated capitalism. And if you are for regulation, you're a good person and you're probably a Democrat and you believe in safety and a just society and all those these are the blanket stories and ideas.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily true. If you understand how the regulatory system works, it all comes down to incentives. Regulators are incentivized to create more rules to enforce the executive regulation. So if the president, if a bill is passed and here's the new regulation on an industry or whatever it might be, then the regulatory bodies under that are there to enforce it are incentivized to create more rules year to year to show that they're enforcing it. This is why so many businesses, especially small businesses, are like wrapping up 80, and again, I'm going to over-exaggerate here, but a ridiculous amount of time and money spent on coming into compliance, oftentimes for shit that they don't even sell or have in their, but it's like they have to be in general compliance of everything else. And regulators it's just a fucking shit show. So I'm not a fan of that. But there is something that needs to be in place to help us better define the parameters and the purpose of social media and all the technology, because it is accelerating at such a rate.
Yeah.
That if we don't get our hands on that, and again, this also, ties into why I do believe that there should, just like there's an age limit before you can actually run and be elected for president, there should be an age limit for when you have to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Because you have plenty of people that are, over the age of 70. Look it up while I'm just rambling here. How many people over the age of 70 are sitting congressmen and women?
Okay.
Right? Plenty of people there. It's like they're passing rules and creating structures and regulations and everything else that they're probably not even be around to feel the impact of. I'm not saying they're going to die in the next year. I'm just saying, like, a lot of them are falling off.
Yeah.
Joe Biden barely can walk.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we're going to run him again. I'm like, you're going to kill him. You're going to kill him if he isn't dead before like the next presidential. And I'm not saying that to be callous.
I get it.
He just looks frail. This is a part of life. Dianne Feinstein getting rolled in on a wheelchair with an eye patch on because of all that. And then she dies. It's like, what the hell? Like, these are actual people. No matter what you think about them, it's like, let them die with dignity.
Yeah.
So how many people over the age of 70 are sitting Congress, men and women?
Oh, man. Over the age of average age is 64.
Okay, that's all we need to know.
Yeah, that's
average
nuts.
age of our elected representatives is 64.
Yeah.
That's a problem, right? So they're the ones who are trying to pass laws and work around this thing so we can better understand the technology and utilize it in a way that's productive and not destructive.
The baby boomers and silent generation together make up over 50% of the members of Congress.
Fucking believable. And that is who's helping to create, rules around AI, technology, social media, all this stuff.
That's crazy.
What a joke. If I was in the tech world, if I was the CEO of a tech company, I would just love this.
Yeah. They're over 80. Kate Granger, Virginia Fox, Rosa DeLauro.
Virginia Fox, Boone, North Carolina.
Jeez. Over 80 years old.
That's wild.
Yeah.
And, that's sad.
Bernie Sanders, 81. Mitch McConnell, 80. Dianne Feinstein, 89.
Dude, she's dead.
Well, I mean,
she was 89. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest.
Okay. Yeah.
She passed away.
Right. But I'm saying.
Right. She was 89.
Okay.
That's ridiculous. Joe Biden is how old?
How old isn't he? Like 80?
80?
Oh, Diane. We celebrate his birthday? Biden Day? Yeah.
Some people do, I'm sure.
September 29th, 2023. Weird.
So he's how old?
So ChatGPT didn't get the notice that Diane passed. That's terrible.
That just shows you ChatGPT can't be trusted.
I have to read the text of exactly how they said it. Oh, no. They used the word R, not was.
R?
R, A-R-E.
ChatGPT
Yeah.
is using old data, bro.
Yeah. So what do you want to know? It's a one-man job, buddy.
Yeah.
It's a one-man job.
I know, my bad.
That's okay. I know. You like your new toy.
I do. I just feel, it makes me feel smarter.
Yeah.
Slower, but smarter.
81.
Yeah.
Obama's 62. Like, that's a normal age.
Yeah.
That's a good age.
He looks like he's 80.
Trump's not that young. He's 77.
Right. But Trump is probably the only president
He
who
looks
was
younger.
a president who did not age a decade.
Yeah.
Obama aged a decade.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
he was in there for 8 years. So,
Yeah.
so let's say 2 decades.
Yeah. Jill's 72.
Jill?
What's the first lady? When did they become president? If like all the people.
They don't. They are not elected. They're not in the line of succession.
Yeah.
I guess we could look it up to confirm
there was that. Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah.
Kiefer, and the whole thing blew up, and he was like, what was he, like 17th on the list? I don't know.
Yeah, he was like somebody over some federal agency.
What was his name? Or what was the... I didn't see that. I just saw...
24. No,
that wasn't 24.
Lone Survivor.
Survivor.
That was the Navy SEAL movie based on the book. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, well, whatever. I'm not even going to look it up. The audience can look it up.
His age of 81 is an asset. That's what it says.
So who says that?
Who do you think?
Oh,
it's kind of a joke.
Trump says that.
No.
Biden says.
No. Yeah, Jill.
Oh, Jill says?
Jill said it. You're right. So I said Biden. President Joe Biden's record age, 81, is an asset. First Lady Jill Biden says.
Yeah, that's just, I mean, talk about living in complete and total denial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what's her? It was on MSNBC's Morning Joe.
Oh, my God. What a propaganda machine.
I say his age is an asset. He has wisdom. He has experience.
He can't form a sentence.
He does know every leader on the world stage.
Yeah.
He's lived history.
Ooh.
That's an asset. He's lived it.
So stupid. Like, these are just these
He knows history. I think he probably used to know history.
Yeah.
I forgot a lot about it. It's understandable, though.
Yeah.
Like
and he makes up history on a regular basis of events that he was, a part of that oftentimes happened prior to his birth.
Yeah. I mean, she caught herself, too. She said he is the right man. The right person for this job.
Shut up.
She didn't say it.
Is Joe Biden, like, questioning his own sexual identity, his own gender identity?
Breaking news. Wow.
He's the right... Well, I haven't checked with him today. Yeah. I don't know how he's identifying. What was that about? He's the right man for the job?
Yeah.
Oh, she was saying that it could be a woman for the job. Yeah. Obviously. I mean, again, this goes back to the thing, right? Does anybody think when you say he's the right man for the job that you are, passively, aggressively saying that women should not be in leadership or women should not be
She said president?
It. That's so stupid to me. But that's the kind of crap that this kind of culture creates. Is like, I got to be careful of everything I say because somebody might misconstrue that or take it out of context or say that I'm saying that only men can. But again, most people that I know, right, don't think like that.
No.
But the media world,
I agree.
What's on your phone? What's on your tablet? What's out there? They're making you think everybody has these ridiculous fucking ideas, and they don't.
Yeah.
And that's what gets elevated.
It's very rare do you run into somebody and you're like, wow, they're like someone that you just met. Because most people we talk to are all making fun of this shit.
Of course. No matter what their political
media makes you, and then
persuasion is.
Somehow they still disconnect people in the real world because they create arguments over it. And you can't have conversations about it, which we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Because you're going to offend somebody.
Yeah.
I think it's better when like you sit down and your friends are there and everything's on the table.
Of course. Yeah.
It's just easier that way.
And it all comes back to realizing.
And I get it. You might be a little bit hateful and this and that, like a little too far.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, but I can go back at you and like have that. And it's like, man, it's just everything's on the table.
Yeah.
He's fucking old. Can we say it?
He is.
He's not old as far as an age is concerned. He's old in the way he's acted. So even if he was 52 acting this way, you'd be like, he's not in a good place for this.
No.
Run the president of America.
He can't
American.
I like that.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild? I mean,
how old's W?
I don't know,
He's not that old. Right?
That guy's young at heart.
Yeah.
It's amazing to me too, how much of a short-term memory we have is.
He's 77.
Yeah, right. Like, I mean, did you ever think back when George W. Bush was the president? I mean, and just how much like shit his administration got us into. I mean, he was, labeled as a war criminal and everything else. And, and again, like I was not a fan. I mean, I'm not a fan of any politicians, honestly.
Jimmy Carter? He's 99.
Jimmy C.
Give you some more names. Let's see. Yes. Barbara Bush. Barbara Bush, that's his.
She passed.
No, I know that. They have an old picture of her.
She was always old.
Yeah.
But young at heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Al Gore.
Is he still kicking it?
I don't know.
I think he is.
His picture's crazy.
Yeah. But now George Bush is like a folk hero, even to the Democrats and all these never Trumpers. It's like, did you forget? He was the devil to you guys way back when. It's just.
All right, just real quick. I'm just kidding. This is a list that comes through on Google. This is funny. George Bush, Bill Clinton. I'm not going to read everybody. Barack Obama, Dick Cheney, Laura Bush, Jeb Bush, Barbara Bush.
Yeah, Barbara was the mother.
Yeah. That was Joe Biden, Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan, Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, Al Gore, Gerald Ford, George Washington, Condoleezza Rice, Neil Bush, Osama bin Laden.
What is this?
So I'm saying, you just go through this, and there he is. What the
people
fuck?
Also search for. So these are all
I know,
people.
but it's just like one of these is not like the other.
Right.
Yeah, people would say like Hillary Clinton.
No, it'd be Condoleezza Rice.
Oh, okay.
Because she is extraterrestrial.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know.
No. She's non-human intelligence. She's at an elevated place. I mean, like when you sit and watch her, you're like, she's not from this planet.
Okay.
She has wisdom and knowledge that we are unaware of.
Oh, wow.
She is a plant by some higher level species.
Okay.
And she's doing an amazing job of undermining our entire world order. And she is going to be hailed in the annals of some other off-planet species as a folk hero.
Yeah, that's crazy.
For what she did to planet Earth.
Okay, so there's a movie. Or a movie.
I mean, I am script writing in the moment here.
I did, but you just described a movie.
And it's going to be
sorry.
Yeah.
You described a book.
Right.
I keep saying the word movie because we were talking about movies earlier. Matt Haig wrote a book called The Humans. So he came here to take care because the humans were getting too smart with math.
Ooh.
So he had to go and figure it out. And so he took the body of a mathematician. And so he became the husband of his wife.
Oh, did he start fucking up equations?
No, he just had to, his job was to find out who it is, kill anyone associated with it, and go back to his place.
Dang.
Because the Americans didn't know anything about. But he was a human. No one knew anything different. He just acted weird because he was like not human.
He's on the spectrum.
So he was kind of your point. Like you watch him like, man, is everything all right with you? You've been acting different lately. Kind of shit. It's called The Humans. It's a great book. It's more about relationships and all that kind of stuff.
See, that's what it is.
Yeah.
But here's why this would be a great show. Would be a great book first. And then somebody have to buy the rights to the show. I mean, we'll write it together if you're in. You're going to create this thing like Condoleezza Rice, right? Like she already kind of had this ethos around her being like, she's one of the people who's been chased off of college campuses or people protesting her. She was part of the neoconservative, that Klan, in the Bush administration, warmongering, empire building. Right? These are overarching narratives here. All right. Wickedly smart.
Yeah.
Served on the board of directors for the Rand Corporation, well-known, one of the earliest, oldest think tanks. People say it's a neoconservative think tank. That's not necessarily true. All that aside, so you're building up all these things and trying to understand like what's going on here. You feel like you're supposed to hate her, but she's got a great personality. This is what's going to go in the book. She's got a great personality because she's been trained by this off-world, off-planet species, which she is a part of. Oh. Maybe she's a hybrid. I don't know. Those are the nuanced details we'll have to get into. And the audience is left, the reader is left internally struggling because they want to hate her. They want to hate this person who's undermining the global order, no matter how chaotic it is, who's undermining what it means to be human. But at the same time, Condoleezza Rice has all these human traits that the reader just relates to at a level they've never even thought about. So they want to hate her. They can't hate her. And they're left in limbo. And they're left thinking, I hate myself because I hate Condoleezza Rice. And that's a problem.
Yeah.
And now we can control the population. Bunch of self-hating humans. I'm just spitballing here,
that's
bro.
It.
But it just goes to show what a great off-the-cuff writer
That's
I am.
A science fiction novel, right?
That's a psychological thriller mixed with it's like
That's
a psychological thriller and a science fiction novel got together.
Political.
And they, did stuff.
Parts. They did stuff, yeah.
And then this wonderful piece. I think it's what this podcast should just become is we're just spitballing ideas, movie ideas.
Fuck.
We got to copyright all of them, though, which, by the way, they are copyrighted immediately. We
like
have to submit.
Spitballing.
That's good. I sure hope people are still listening.
I saw a podcast, the name of it. It's this cool name.
What?
Dope Shit.
That's great.
That's a fucking
just
good name.
Tells you what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had good audio with it.
That's the key.
Yeah, it's good. But Condoleezza Rice, you know what her claim to fame is?
What?
She was on the college football playoff committee. She's the one that selected what team made the playoff.
Oh, I do remember hearing that. That's not a claim to fame, though.
No,
this lady's got a hell of a resume.
I'm sorry. Obviously.
I'm not saying
this is Saviors in the Metaverse. I'm just saying, her claim to fame was she was in the college football playoff.
Yeah.
Let's make that a thing.
Okay.
But it was. She was. It was a fact. It's not I think.
Let's say this.
At least in this.
Yes. Yes. This is good for the book.
Okay.
Because she's on the board. She's on the committee for the college football playoffs, which a lot of people have a lot of feelings about.
Yeah.
But this is the moment where her identity starts to crack a bit. Her identity as an off-world species, as a member of this off-world species, as a covert asset. Maybe even she doesn't know she's from another planet.
Yeah.
And this is like, somehow this gets triggered. It's like how Lance Armstrong got discovered that he was doping. It was through some amateur cyclist who was connected to somebody else who was there's like this whole crazy thing where...
He didn't know.
Yeah, no, it was just various dots. It unraveled in a way that was completely stupid. Like it shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
And then he got, everything came crumbling down. We have to have something like that. Got to have a twist in there like that.
Yeah.
The fact that she was on the college board or on the board of college football, whatever it's called.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
That's the spot.
Yeah.
That's the spot. At the same time, we're educating people about how fucked up and crazy that process is.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man, this is going to have so many layers.
It touches so many parts of our society.
Yeah. And of our, not just our external space, but our internal space. Remember the whole, I hate myself because I'm trying to hate Condoleezza Rice. It was an off-world, covert asset.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Is this the prequel to World War III?
No. World War III is not allowed to happen.
Why?
I don't know. It just came to me. Maybe it came to me from some non-human intelligence.
Yeah, maybe you're non-human, right? Like that.
There's always possibility. Maybe what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to share something with you about myself that I think might not be true.
Yeah.
And I'm doing it in such a way that gives me cover. Chew on that one.
Yeah.
Chew on that one.
Yeah, that's a weekend.
This podcast is to another level.
Yeah.
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 Those mushrooms kicking in for you yet?
Yeah. That's what it sounded like in the last movie idea.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's so good for the brain.
It's so good.
It is. What are we doing? We should just write stories.
Yeah. We are writing stories.
We're writing short stories.
Yeah.
That's going to be the new podcast.
Yeah.
You know why? Because nobody cares. Like, what people want is to be entertained.
They want something totally different.
Totally different.
Yeah.
I think we've just figured out what Saviors of the Metaverse is going to do.
You have to get outrageous.
Oh, for sure. Which we're good at.
Yeah.
But keeping it within the bounds of sanity.
Like, fuck the norms.
Well, yeah.
The standard.
No, we're not changing the name.
Of the Metaverse. Saviors of
the podcast.
Yeah. Metaverse can still be the thing.
Well, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Even though we don't talk about the
Doesn't matter. A little bit. It comes up.
Yeah, but that's more of an obligatory mention because of the title of the show. Just saying. It's all good that way.
I mean, you and Zucks have a thing.
We got a history. We don't talk about it. I signed a non-disclosure agreement, so there's very little I can say about that.
Yeah. That's good stuff, dude.
It's great.
Look at this. If we go and stop in 2 seconds, this is going to be 60 minutes.
I love you. Let's cut it.
Let's do it.